Shadows of the Heart, I never imagined that my life would take such a dark turn after marrying Juma. When I first stepped into his family's home in our vibrant village, I felt like I was entering a fairy tale. Mama Juma, my mother-in-law, welcomed me with open arms, her warm smile promising love and support. Little did I know that beneath her charm lay a heart filled with jealousy and malice. The first few months of our marriage were blissful. Juma and I often spoke of starting a family, dreams of children dancing in our minds. When I discovered I was pregnant, joy flooded my heart. I rushed to tell Juma, who embraced me tightly, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "We will be parents," he exclaimed, his voice filled with hope. But the happiness was short-lived. The pain came suddenly, like a thief in the night, and soon after I learned that I had suffered an ectopic pregnancy. I was devastated. The doctor's words echoed in my mind. "It's not viable. You need surgery." My heart shattered into pieces as I lay on the hospital bed, tears streaming down my face. Mama Juma feigned sympathy when she arrived at the hospital, her hand resting on mine as if to comfort me. "It's just bad luck, Sainan," she said softly, but I could sense something unsettling in her gaze. I wanted to believe her, but deep down a seed of doubt began to sprout. After several months of trying again, I found myself pregnant once more. My heart soared with hope until it plummeted again. Another ectopic pregnancy. Each loss chipped away at my spirit. Each time I saw the disappointment in Juma's eyes, it felt like a dagger piercing my heart. Yet I remained naive to the possibility that someone so close could wish me harm. As time passed, Amina tried again to conceive but faced repeated tragedies. Each pregnancy ended in heartbreak. Each time, Mama Juma feigned sympathy while secretly reveling in her daughter-in-law's suffering. The tension in our home grew unbearable. Juma seemed distant, lost in his own world of frustration and helplessness. He spent more time away from home, often returning late at night with an air of secrecy that made my heart ache. In my desperation for answers, I sought help from local elders who suggested consulting a traditional healer. Mama Juma pretended to support my decision but secretly visited a powerful healer herself. It was then that the truth began to unravel. One night, as I lay in bed feeling an overwhelming sense of dread, I felt a presence beside me, cold and invasive. My heart raced as whispers filled the room. Was it just my imagination? Or was something truly sinister at play? The next day I learned about Mama Juma's visit to the healer. She had sought dark spirits to torment me at night, spirits that would cause me distress and prevent me from carrying a child to term. Desperate for answers and feeling increasingly isolated in my own home, I decided to confront Mama Juma about the jewelry box she had gifted us. A beautiful piece, adorned with intricate carvings that now felt like a curse rather than a blessing. "Mama," I began one evening after dinner when we were alone in the living room. "I've been having strange dreams since we received that box from you." She looked at me with feigned innocence, tilting her head slightly, as if considering my words. "Oh dear Amina," she said sweetly, "you must be overthinking things. That box is simply a family heirloom. It brings good fortune." But deep down inside me, doubt gnawed at my heart like a hungry wolf. Driven by desperation for clarity and understanding about what was happening to me, I sought out the traditional healer myself one afternoon after gathering enough courage to break free from Mama Juma's oppressive shadow. The healer listened intently as I recounted my experiences and fears, the failed pregnancies, and the eerie sensations that plagued me at night. He nodded solemnly and revealed the reality behind Mama Juma's actions. The spirits she had sent to disrupt my life were indeed linked to the jewelry box. It was cursed, It had brought darkness into our home instead of joy. Your mother-in-law is envious of your youth and beauty, he explained, gently but firmly. She wishes to keep you under her thumb. Armed with this knowledge and feeling empowered by the truth for the first time since our marriage began unraveling before me, like an old tapestry fraying at its edges, I returned home ready to confront Mama Juma publicly during a village gathering, a decision that terrified me, but felt necessary for my liberation. As the sun set over our village and villagers gathered around us under the vast African sky adorned with stars twinkling like diamonds, scattered across black velvet fabric, I stood before them trembling but resolute. Mama Juma, I began, voice steady despite my racing heart. You have brought darkness into our lives through your jealousy and deceit. Gasps echoed through the crowd as Mama Juma's mask slipped momentarily. Her eyes narrowed in anger before she regained composure. But this time she could not silence me. I will not allow your actions to dictate my life any longer, I declared fiercely. The confrontation shocked everyone present, but also empowered me beyond measure. It was as if chains binding me were finally breaking apart under the weight of truth shining brightly upon us all like sunlight breaking through storm clouds. With their support and guidance from the healer, who had revealed so much about what lay hidden beneath layers of manipulation within our family dynamics, a cleansing ritual was performed that evening under sacred trees where ancestors watched over us. One meant to rid our home of negative energy associated with that cursed jewelry box. With every chant spoken aloud by those gathered there alongside us, the energy shifted palpably around us until finally dissipating into nothingness just as quickly as it had come forth, a breath of fresh air filling our lungs anew after being trapped inside for far too long. In time, as we banished those spirits haunting us, and embraced healing practices rooted deeply within our culture, hope began to bloom again within my heart, like flowers bursting forth from winter's grasp into springtime warmth, surrounding them everywhere they turned. The bond between Juma and me strengthened as we faced this battle together, one built on trust and understanding rather than manipulation or deceitful games played by others who sought only power over us both, instead of love shared between husband and wife, united against all odds stacked against them. Months later, when I felt familiar fluttering sensations deep within me once more, it was different this time. Filled not only with anticipation but also unwavering faith grounded firmly upon solid foundations, forged through trials endured together, hand in hand, side by side, throughout everything thrown our way thus far. We prepared for our child's arrival surrounded by warmth, instead of shadows, cast long before us by those who wished ill upon us both, merely because they could not stand seeing happiness radiate forth from within two souls so deeply intertwined now, forevermore. As I cradled my newborn in my arms for the first time, under bright African sun shining down upon us all like blessings bestowed freely upon every moment shared together, I couldn't help but let tears stream down my face, not from pain or sorrow, but instead pure gratitude for breaking free from Mama Juma's toxic grip, while embracing future filled only with love, light surrounding everything ahead, waiting patiently just beyond horizon line, stretching endlessly onward forevermore.